All right, here we go. Sports Bet Live, Betting Insight today, SBRpicks.com. Pauly Howard, Teddy Covers. I'm at Real Sports Bet. He's at Teddy_Covers. It's Thursday, May 17th. No NBA until Saturday. So we'll get to the Lightning and the Capitals. And plus, team previews continue. AFC East, the Patriots, the Juggernaut, the Dynasty. We'll get to them and run a lot of changes in the offseason. We'll talk about the Pats coming up and what figures will be the New England Invitational again in the AFC East. We'll turn the shot clock on as well. And the POD. You're damn right we're starting with hockey. Bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books. A tough beat and a disaster for the books here in Las Vegas. The Knights score with 3 seconds left. That covers the puck line. It also puts the game over. $150,000 loss at William Hill. They said it's a disaster statewide. Nick Bogdanovich had that at William Hill as well, director of trading. Goes over 5.5. 4-2 final. They lead the series 2-1, and they were terrific again. I think Winnipeg's only played about 30 good minutes in the series.
And the way that it happened, Pauly, is why this is such a disaster for books here in Las Vegas and such a windfall for bettors. Because again, 3 seconds left of a 60-minute game. The empty netter equals puck line equals over 5.5. Yeah. That's a big difference maker with 3 seconds remaining on the clock. Of course, the attention that Vegas is getting is not just here. It's not just in Nevada. The series between the Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Jets, who are not exactly destination viewing for an American audience, the most watched Western Conference final not involving Chicago in the history of the NBC Sports Group, they announced yesterday. So we've seen a lot of attention, a lot of ratings, and the bookmakers are getting crushed by Vegas. And it continues, Pauly. The liability has only risen since the start of the postseason. Every book in Vegas and offshore is really starting to sweat a Golden Knights Stanley Cup title.
Could be Leicester City Part 2. Also, you have Marcia Show was the only player in Stanley Cup playoff history to score 60 seconds in and 60 seconds left in the game as well. Ratings up 70% from last year's Western Conference Finals. How about that? Game 4 Friday night here in Vegas at 5 o'clock. Bombs away. Rockets basketball was back. Beautiful job on offense, especially in the second quarter. They win 127-105. Favorite and the over. Series tied at 1. Not splitting the atom here, but everything we said before the series is true. It's all about the supporting cast. Tucker had 1 point in game 1, 22 yesterday. Ariza had 8 points and battled foul trouble in game 1, 19 points in the win. Gordon had 27 in the win as well. Barkley and Shaq, please. They ran more ISOs last night than they did in game 1. So I thought the defense played better. They were terrific, though. 16 threes for Houston as they run out Golden State.
Yeah, and that was the biggest difference, was the Rockets hit threes last night. Golden State didn't. But certainly the quotes coming out of Houston, P.J. Tucker. We played like the Rockets tonight. The first game, I don't know who that was. You know, Eric Gordon, you mentioned him, 27 points, 6 trays, including, I think, the most important bucket of the game. After Golden State made their run in the fourth quarter, they cut the lead to 11, and you kind of felt it in Houston. The nails were starting to, and Gordon hit a fall-away 3 with the shot clock running down. The route was on, and from that shot, literally, it was all Houston the rest of the way. Gordon's quote, "I had better opportunities. We moved the ball better. Everybody was knocking down shots. Once we do that, how can you stop us?" Of course, for as much Houston good, Golden State didn't play well last night. You know, Steph Curry with a -20, 16 points on 7 of 19. Klay Thompson didn't reach double figures last night. The Warriors played lousy. Houston played well, and the final score clearly shows that.
I'm concerned about Curry. Maybe he's hurt again, but he has stunk, especially shooting the ball from the first 2 games, and they're hunting him on defense as well. Game 3 Sunday, Warriors laying 7. How about that? We'll do more on that coming up on tomorrow's show. Props from the Westgate here in Vegas. Largest lead, 16.5 over. Total threes made combined, 26.5 stays under. Durant points and rebounds over 37. Curry points under 25.5. Thompson under points 21. Warriors points under 112. Harden points 31.5 under. Paul points and assists under 28.5. And Rockets points over 114. It was, bad job defensively by Golden State. But again, the silly. How about Kerr at the end of the first quarter? This is what we do. We win a game and we turn the ball over. Who can beat the Warriors? The Warriors.
Yeah, and that's the truth of it. But when you look again, last night's game goes over the total. Houston runs them out, and yet you look at the props. Total threes under. Steph Curry under. Klay Thompson under. Warriors points under. James Harden under. Chris Paul points and assists under. Clint Capella points and rebounds under. Despite the game flying over, Houston shooting really well, prop bets, a whole lot of unders cashed last night. And again, you're going to see these lines continue to be shaded because Joe Public, they don't like betting unders. Hence, tends to be a little bit of value, even in these high-scoring games, on some of these under props.
We'll do ROI in a second. Bad bets. Dodgers took money again. Why? What are you doing? They're 10 games under 500, $1.70 up to $2. They got beat again. I don't know if they're not going to make the playoffs. This is a horror show. 2 months into the season. My God. Milwaukee, Arizona under 9 down to 8.5. A's, Red Sox under 8.5 down to 8. White Sox took money 190 down to 160. Twins took money. The dog went off the favorite. They lost at home. And the Angels going against Verlander there, the markets, plus 120 down to 105. Angels shut out by Verlander and the Astros 2-0. And the Astros do it again. When they win on the road, I think it's almost 90% they cover the run line.
So I'm baffled. Sometimes the betting markets legitimately leave me baffled. All right. You talked about the steam on the Dodgers yesterday. This is a Dodgers team that anyone who watches the Dodgers know nothing like last year's team. You know, the relief pitching isn't as good. The lineup is ice cold. There's nothing to like about LA. To see them get bet up to minus $2, a huge steam move on the Dodgers. And we've seen money coming out on LA again and again and again. Number 30, dead last in MLB in profitability. So who else took money last night? The White Sox took money. Of course they did. Who's number 29 in profitability? The 10-win White Sox. What are they, 10 and 29 now? They take money. Surprise, surprise. They lose. The betting markets are reacting to things that many people don't really sense. Hardcore numbers, algorithms that we don't know, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of bad bets out there some days. And we've seen money consistently come on LA and the White Sox. Go. Keep finding value in those teams. Sharp market will look to fade those moves. Certainly anyone that faded them last night cashed both of those tickets.
All right, how about some ROI? Top and bottom, Major League Baseball going. This is before last night. The Braves lead the way, about $100 on Atlanta. You're up to over 12 units, followed by the Diamondbacks, the Yankees, the Brewers, and the Angels. Diamondbacks still up there, and they've lost, 6 or 7. And the Pollock's out for 48 weeks, too, which is a blow. The worst, look at the Dodgers, down almost 27. They're down 29 units with the loss, if you count the loss last night. 29 units in the middle of May. $100, you're down almost $3,000 on the Dodgers. White Sox, 15.5. Orioles, 14 and change. Royals, and there's your Indians again, too. After what happened last year, Indians playing 500 ball. Let's go, guys. Wake up. Your thoughts on ROI so far?
All right, well, there's a lot to talk about here. Let's start with the worst teams. I already ranted on the Dodgers and the White Sox.
Yep.
But look at Cincinnati on that list, by the way. A couple of weeks ago, the Reds were dead last, all right? Maybe they were number 29. They've actually made their backers money in recent weeks playing 500 level baseball because they were so bad early on. There's been money to be made with Cincinnati. And you talk about Cleveland. When your average lay price gets to minus 160, minus 170, minus 180, like we're seeing for the Astros, like we're seeing for the Indians, like we're going to see for the Yankees, it becomes really hard to find value with these type of teams. Cleveland's simply been an overvalued commodity, and they're playing mediocre baseball. On the plus side, Sportsbook pat on the back. Last time we did this a couple of weeks ago, I isolated the Braves as the team to watch on the plus list, and all they've done since then is continue to win and cover. And the D-backs right now, even though they're number 2 on the list, this is a team that looks to me like they're headed way in the wrong direction. I think Arizona overachieved early. The injuries are biting big time. The A.J. Pollock is huge. I expect the D-backs to be off this most profitable list in the not too distant future.
How about some stadiums, overs and unders? Thanks to Odd Sharks. I'll follow them. Follow on Twitter. Over stadiums, Yankee Stadium, number 1, Progressive Field, Fenway, and Globe Life Park. The best unders are our great friend, Dave Malinsky, who we loved. Chase Field, he always talked about the humidor. 18-5-2 to the under in Arizona. Busch Stadium, Dodger Stadium, Minute Maid Park, and Miller Park, your top under stadiums in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, so far this season, certainly the humidor at Chase Field. Remember, when the roof is open at Chase, the ball tends to carry. That has not been the case this spring. Anyone that's been blindly betting unders there has made a whole bunch of money. Same thing at Busch with St. Louis, although that's always been a pitcher's park. No one in that lineup is hitting, and the bullpen's been pretty good in St. Louis. Of course, the Dodgers haven't hit either. Unders. I didn't post, you don't have a graphic for the over stadiums. I did graphic the under stadiums because, frankly, it's been an under season so far in MLB. More unders than overs have cashed in early season play.
All right, an update here on what's going on with sports betting. It looks like Monmouth Park will go first week of June. They were thinking Memorial Day, but now it looks like first week of June to take sports bets. West Virginia's on track. Also, the New Jersey is going to sue the 4 sports leagues. New Jersey Racetrack plans to take legal action against the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and NC2A, requesting to recoup hundreds of millions in damages that resulted from the league's opposition to sports betting. And also, this from David Purdom, ESPN Chalk, the NC2A has suspended its policy of not allowing championship events in states with legal sports betting. Vegas, here we come.
Well, yeah, that basically what that policy in essence means. Number one is that the NCAA is not going to have to worry about shifting future tournament events out of whatever city they're in because that state is now legalized sports betting. But the other thing it means, we're going to get a Final Four in Vegas. It's a coming, my friends. Should be a lot of fun.
I agree.
Let's check the chat real quick. What do we got? Andrew, do you hear Yanni or Laurel? You do that thing yet, Pauly? I heard Yanni.
How would you hear Yanni out of that?
Oh, exactly. I was thinking the other way around. How the hell would you hear Laurel? I mean, literally, I'm like, I played it 3 times. I'm like, how on earth could you hear Laurel? It's something to do with the pitch of your phone. That's what it's about. I don't think it's but yeah, okay. It wasn't even close. Like it wasn't. I couldn't figure out how anyone would hear it the other way. So there you go. What else we got there? Grabaka.
Is Bill checking in? Where's that bozo who called Ariza and Tucker junk yesterday? Where's he at? Is Bill part of the chat? Huh? 65 win. I love Dan Tony. We won 65 games. We're not changing a thing. We just got to do a better job defending and switching on defense and other things on offense. That was great. Yeah, said just like Barkley, right? After game 1, Barkley's like, it's a sweep. Rockets have no chance. Now he's like, I think the Rockets got a shot here. Unbelievable. Oh, it's crazy.
We love to overreact, and that's something that we try to help you here with on Sportsbit. You watch the games. It's okay to overreact sometimes. You don't want to underreact, but one game is only one game, as Houston showed last night. Game 2 can often be a different story. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.